You can hear me. There was a bit of a false start, but we're here now. Welcome to Ero Ps F4. This is the fourth round of Season 9, and we are in the Netherlands at the Zandvoort circuit. And you are joined, as always, by me for this viewing experience, your host of F4, Liam Cross. You thought I was gone, but I wasn't, clearly, because I'm right here. Yeah, I'm excited for today. It's going to be a sprint round, the first of the season, one of two. So we're going to get a short qualifying session, followed by 12 laps of a sprint, and then 36 laps of a main race. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. Maybe not, because I'm alone. Macaulay Beard is at a Rocket League tournament, so we wish him the best of luck. Our co-commentator usually. Yeah, so just to be clear, the first stream, I had to stop. I had to save that one because EA have changed my settings. Annoyingly, really annoyingly, changed all of my settings. That was badly because it's a 1.11.6 to get us underway. And it turned on the EA music. So that stream was destined to be copyrighted. So I used my brain to not allow that to happen. Either way, we have 17 drivers here today. Hopefully more if someone from F5 would care to join us. I'm excited here. Gary BC a 112.7, JD Bailey a 112.2, Mr. Golden Flame a 111.8. Let's get that track map up. See what's going on. Lee Webb also so close to beating Mr. Golden Flame's time, but not able to do so. Mark next up across the line, and he goes P6, followed by Francisco Rocha at 112.7, and Morgonius into the pit lane. He goes, clearly not happy with his lap, understandable. Maybe, I don't know, I didn't see the lap, so maybe it isn't understandable. We'll find out soon. Dan Dow, Faxi GG going on 112 flat. Bad Luke hanging on to pole position here, so a better lap time than I gave credit to at first, so I apologise for that. Ennis next up across the line, and it's pole, a 111.4. He has put in a lot of practice for today, and it is clearly showing. It's a very good lap time by the Merc driver. Very, very good. Alex Wells, no. Actually, no, it's going to be Gary BGC. 5 people watching. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hopefully we can get someone to join us in the commentary booth at some point. Maybe someone who DNFs from the sprint and the main race. We're going to find out. And let's see, for everyone that would like to know, in F5, Darius Mazaherney, the Irishman, winning the sprint race. And then, what's it called? Currently, Isford is leading things in the main race. Bastian behind. Seems to be a little bit of a shake-up in the order. Some new guys coming in. We're going to have a sprint, like I said. People can join in the sprint, so I think it should be exciting. What did I miss? I missed Crackshot, a 111.6. The man with Ero in his name. Lovely stuff. Just a little bit, a tenth and a half off of pole position, but it's still a very, very, very respectable lap time. Barry Kruger, his outlap hasn't went to plan. I believe he may have wing damage, and if so, he will have to abort the start of his lap. Very unfortunate indeed. But Rumenek coming across the line. We will do a track guide at some point. What's it going to be? It's going to be a P3, a 111.6. The man, supposedly from China, setting a lovely, lovely, lovely little lap time now. Morgonius on an outlap. Everyone's on an outlap apart from Alex Wells, the F2 former driver. Can he dethrone Ennis from the top of qualifying today? Pole position will be given a point for the qualifying, not for the sprint. As Alex Wells comes across the line, it's going to be 111.4, half a tenth ahead of Ennis, but Alex Wells does go P1 in that Haas. Haas are very lucky to have a driver like him on board. Kruger into the pit lane, yep, so there will be damage for him. Next up, it's going to be Fifthio, I believe. No, actually, my apologies. Boyman, maybe? No. Who is on a lap? Oh, I don't know. I don't know who's on a lap. Boyman's on an out lap. Kruger coming out of the pit lane, I believe. So it's going to be Fifthio next. And I'm being tagged on Discord. Why am I being tagged? There are 3 messages here. Just to let you know that PC F3 is also going ahead at this time. If you want to see some of the PC drivers in action, obviously I'd rather you watch myself, but if you want to watch them, that's perfectly fine. It's still Ero content, I assure you. It will be worth your time. We will see. Fifthio, what's it going to be? It's going to be a 111, maybe 112, 112.1, puts in P9, just ahead of the Ferrari of Jack Bailey. Morgonius going P11. No one else behind, seemingly on up apart from Boyman now, the last one of the final 3. Non-Servat and Kiziak getting ready in the final sector to set his first lap of the day. I'm going to do a track guide with him. It's very, very good track, I have to say so. So we're going to see my pronunciation coming across the line to start his lap into the first turn of Tarzan Bocht, coming down into 4th gear, clipping in the curve. A lovely wide exit coming into Gerlach Bocht, Hugenholz Bocht, and Hanserug. Some very interesting names here. Very nice banked corner just for the F1 cars. Yeah, very, very nice stuff coming down into Rob Schlodemacher Bocht and Shivalak in 6th gear, but he's going to go a little bit wide. Oh, it's going to compromise his exit coming into Masters Bocht. And then I just realised what booked means, because booked 9 coming into booked 10 kind of explains what booked means. As Kiziak clipping the curb on the inside of booked 10, losing control of the car ever so slightly, and this hasn't been the best of laps. I think he's going to know it, but he will have another chance. Now, in the lovely right-left of Hans Erst booked, a little bit of a hairpin with the final 2 corners of Cambo and Ari Ludenjicht. I'm sorry. Another 2 banked corners just for F1 to carry the speed. DRS starting, or at least the activation, so you know, making it a straight instead of just a corner. And Kiziak goes P13. I know he can do better than that. And Boyman did do better than that, a 112 flat with, I believe, who just improved? Dan Dale, I want to say, going P6, 111.7. I feel out of breath already. No, I'm joking. Man, why are you saying man? What does man mean? What does man mean? What happened? What did I miss? What did I not see? Did you not enjoy my booked stuff? I thought my booked was really good, but maybe the booked isn't the best. Booked obviously meaning turn. Degerman into a wall. So F5, second retirement of the session. But maybe it's a weird dynamic coming this year, but who cares? Who knows? Dendal not going for another lap. Obviously, this is his out lap. We're going to be on board with Ennis Safari. This time, I'm not going to be so funny as he's coming around. And Ennis goes pole with a 111.3. Half a tenth ahead of Alex Wells. Again, these two seem to be trading positions left, right, and centre. Lovely to see in a qualifying lap. Who's up next? It's going to be Red Bull or Francisco Rocha, but he's a second and a half up on his time, and he's invalidated. Clearly not meant to be. What can Barry Kruger do from behind? Using all of the ERS, lagging a little bit into the pit lane. He goes. Bad Luke starts his lap already using his ERS. This is a weird conundrum in this track. You can't actually use all of the ERS in the lap for whatever reason. The charge, the 1 lap charge at least, doesn't allow you to go that far. So drivers will have to at some point either accept that on the final straight they're going to lose ERS, or they're going to have to save somewhere in, I expect, turn 2. But there's not many corners. There's not many places. It's a very fast track with only one braking zone. So where do you decide in that carnage to save ERS? It's kind of hard. Mr. Golden Flame obviously doing quite a good job losing, or gaining 3 attempts on his last time out of the first sector. Slowing it down in 3rd gear, turn 9. Then rising up to 5th gear, coming back down to 3rd order. You can take it in 4th, turn 10. Activating the DRS and the 2nd DRS straight. And flying into turns 11 and 12. Going a little bit wide, but it's going to allow him to swing back round. But he spins and he's lost the car. Front left off the car. And unfortunately, Mr. Bradshaw into the wall. Morgonius now in last position currently, coming around the final corner. Deployment used, as you can see, but where's it going to put him? P11 or 111.9. It's still a good lap. Puts him into the middle of the... Kusiek next, starting a lap, and there's a Williams of, I don't know, behind. Alex Wells going for a lap. Yes, he is a 10th up on his time. Is he going to snatch pole once again? These two are looking so feisty. What's it going to be? Coming across the line. Oh, pole position by a 10th this time, extending his lead ever so slightly, and these two are running away with things. The Ero crowd. Lovely stuff from them. I've just realised that Mr. Golden Flame should be racing as Ero Golden, but nevertheless, that's okay. And Kusiek next. Yeah, Kusiek is next again. After a poor first lap. Not losing control of the car in turn 9, just what you want to see. Or turn 10. Clipping the curb here, but he's keeping it fairly steady. He's going to get a wide exit out of turn 12. Revving the car into turn 13. Clipping the curb, you don't want to do that, but he still carried the speed. Saving the car. Coming across the line, he can improve by quite a margin here. Where is it going to put him? P7 or 111.7. Lovely stuff from the Alpine driver. With 2 podiums to his name this season, including a provisional, no, not a provisional, a win in Spain after the stewards' reports, which I must get onto. Crackshot and Morgonius got a 5-second penalty in Spain, demoting Crackshot to 2nd, Morgonius to 5th. Kusiek from 3rd place managed to overtake both of them, just stewards' verdicts, onto the top step of the podium. And his teammate with sidepod damage, Bad Luke, comes across the line, 3rd in Spain. Some lovely stuff. There's some glitching going on in F5. Francisco Rocha on his out lap. Who's on an actual lap? Kusiek going for another one? Maybe. I doubt it though without the ERS. You can do relatively well without ERS around this track. It's not a huge issue, but it's obviously not preferred. As there's a McLaren gone, it's Ford. And F5, I should probably stop commentating the F5 race as well, but the F5, they're actually in their race. I don't know anyone. And wow. Crackshot Gang starting his lap. He invalidated his out lap, but I don't think he will care about that too much. Oh, hopefully he doesn't get blocked by the Haas. Oh dear, this is not looking great. How is this Haas going to get out of the way? Is he going to get out of the way? No. Ooh. Is that Alex Wells? That may be a qualifying ban for Alex Wells, if that is to be reported. No guarantees. I am the steward. But that wasn't great. Crackshot still able to improve his lap, however, by a 10th in the first sector, but will that have thrown him off his 5? We've got a yellow flag. In the second sector, I don't know quite who for. Going to assume Lee Webb. Yes, indeed. Well, I don't actually know, just assuming it's Lee Webb. Yeah, it was Lee Webb. A crack shot is coming for pole position. He's a few tenths off now, but there's a little bit in the tank and some room to manoeuvre. Gary ahead as well, worth noting, in last position right now, ready to improve. Where's Gary going to go? Doesn't go anywhere. What about crack shot? Stays P3, can't improve in the second and third sector, but that will still be reported, I imagine. It was quite a dangerous pit exit by Alex Wells. Well, not the pit exit itself, but clearly blocking. Crackshot doing a good job here to stay out of the way of cars. Letting Alex Wells go through, who's somehow already a 10th up. I don't quite know how that happens. Crackshot is stuck on track to the point of possibly getting a disqualification, but he's going to go now. Perfect. But Alex Wells, our current pole sitter, is Ennis in front? No, Ennis is behind, so we're going to be able to look back. Alex Wells, a 10th and a half up in the first sector. A very, very, very quick driver for this division. No one is denying that. Fourth gear into turn 9, swinging it as wide as possible into 5th. Keeps it in 4th for turn 10. Another wide line, activating the DRS. It's exactly how you're supposed to do it. And is he improving? Yes, he... no, actually, he was a little bit slower in the second sector. But qualifying is now over. There's only one time to set one more lap, as one of the Mercedes going a little bit wide. Hopefully not Ennis. Jack Bailey at 111.4, can't go unnoted. Fantastic lap time from him and Rumenek at 111.3. As Alex Shea goes to 111 flat. I apologise for missing out on the Ferrari and McLaren drivers. Those were two incredible, incredible lap times. 50 Lee Webb and Morgonius can't improve. Crackshot Gang stays P5. Ennis coming around the final corner though. He needs to gain 3.5 tenths. Is it possible? It's going to be tight. It's very tight indeed. It's a 111.1, but 1 tenth off of Alex Wells, and Alex Wells I expect to be getting pole position here unless someone else can improve. Bad Luke goes P5 and 111.4. Fantastic lap time by him. Francisco Rocha and Dando into the pit lane, confirming their 7th and 8th position. Lap times in Kiziak improving ever so slightly, getting a little bit of a draft from the car ahead. Can he improve? No, he can't. He comes into the pit lane. Oh, but there's one more actually. Barry Kruger. P7 at 111.5. So this field, as tight as ever, I'd say. Everyone within a second, apart from Adrian, Gary. But Gary can improve, I'm sure of that. So that is going to be qualifying in Sandford for the sprint race. Alex Wells, pole position. He's going for another lap, is he? What's going on here? What just happened there? What's going on? Why are they all setting laps? Oh, it's a lobby glitch. No, it's not. Thank the Lord. And then there's another safety car in F5 for the Maverick. Pole position goes to Alex Wells in P1 with a British front row, Ero front row, with Ennis in second, followed by Rumenek and Jack Bailey on the second row of the grid. Bad Luke and Crackshot just behind, with Barry Kruger and Francisco Rocha making up the 4th row of the grid, and Dan Dow and Kiziak making up the points paying positions. 50 and Mr. Golden Flame on the 6th row of the grid, with Lee Webb and Morgonius just behind, and then Boyman, Mark and Gary rounding out the grid. It's a second between every driver. There's going to be a DRS train. I'm excited to see this. We're going to see if anyone can join the session. I'm excited for this sprint race. 12 rounds of racing action in Sandford. And Yenti Bout will hopefully be joining us soon. Karen is very excited. Milos Schlor in P2. Darius Muzzahani in first position again. going to mute the stream. There won't be a formation lap. However, for a sprint race, there are only two strategies: the medium, which is sensible, and the soft, which is bold. Can the soft go 12 laps in Sandford? It's going to be tight. I did a sprint race in France just yesterday and got a puncture on softs on the final sector of the race. How unfortunate, rather. So I hope that doesn't happen to any of our drivers. Here, 5 seconds until we get ready for the Sandford Sprint for F4. I'm your host, as always, Liam Cross. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the description below to join the Discord. But away we go for the sprint race in Ero Ps F4. The McLaren of Ruminek getting quite a bad start. Bad Luke taking out a braking board. Jack Bailey up into second. And there's been a spinner. It's crack shot gone around. Spun by, I want to say, I'm not going to say actually because I don't know. But he's lost out. Also the McLaren of Fifcio. And there is already a virtual safety car. No one is DNF'd. So how there's a virtual safety car, I don't know. But the field already slowing back up. Crack shot just about making it back to the rear of the field. So someone's hit Crackshot, obviously, and then Fifcio without a front wing, and that's why there's been a VSC called hit in the second stage, maybe trapped behind Crackshot. Unfortunate to see Fifcio maybe starting the main race from P17, providing no one else DNFs. But things will be tight. Yensi Bolt is now eating. And this virtual safety car is about to go away to let the racing commence once again. When is it going to go? It's been a full lap of virtual safety car now. I expect it to be getting ready as Alex Wells is racing away. The green flags surely coming up soon. No? Yes, yes, yes. Green flag racing underway. There's a Red Bull in the pit lane of Francisco Rocha. Possibly damage from Crackshot. And Yantibout will be joining us. Fifth show also into the pit lane. No surprises there. No surprises there indeed. Alex Wells breaking away, but bad Luke right on the rear of Jack Bailey. Sniffing an overtake where possible. I expected there to be a DRS train, but the yellow flag deltas may have changed things just a little bit with the front two speeding away from the field. By far the best in qualifying. Pardon me so much. Pardon me so much. What doesn't mean anything. Crack shot to the left. The session, unfortunately, disconnection from him. That is so unfortunate. Hopefully he can get back into the lobby via the group invites that were sent out earlier today. Bad Luke falling a little bit away from Jack Bailey now, as Ennis is really being gapped by Alex Wells. A 1:13.5 for him. That's a very, very good lap time. This virtual safety car shouldn't have really affected things. And Ennis is being gapped a little bit. Jack Bailey going a little bit wide. Bad Luke very close to the rear of him. Possibly deploying some ERS here, looking to go for maybe an overtake. You can overtake it. It's bold, but it's possible. Looking for a little bit of switchback with Ace. Lost quite a bit of time in that turn. Very, very hard here with Dirty Air to follow as closely as he is. Is he going to tap Jack Bailey? Oh, it looked so close to being a crash. That's crack shot back into the session on Morgonius and Gary falling away from the field. It looks like they're battling very hard. Oh, there was a mistake that's cost one of them. Alex Wells setting another fastest lap. Can anyone come close to it? I don't expect there to be, so there will, and I apologise if there are breaks in the commentary. This is going to be a long commentary session, so bear with me just a little bit. Let's get, I need to pace myself as bad Luke. Ooh, putting Jack Bailey under a lot of pressure. Jack now losing time to Ennis. Baddock clearly thinks P3 is his for the taking. And this train of cars from P1 all the way down to P13 is battling in the back of the field. Morgonius got back up to the... Oh, my apologies. It was never Morgonius. It was always Mark and Gary. But Mark getting the overtake down on Gary, and Gary clearly not too confident with the car. He said it in the chat. I think he maintains that in the race. Boyman losing a little bit of time to the Webb. Morgonius hot on the heels, looking to go for an overtake. And Jack now out of the DRS range of Ennis, so he's going to be under quite a bit of pressure. We're going to get some ERS for you as Bad Luke is pushed with everything he has. Jack saving a little bit of ERS, playing a sensible game. This is not the time to battle with all of your might. Ruminek very close, also with 40% ERS, but yeah, Bad Luke is pushing as hard as possible. He's going to go for a dive bomb into turn 3. No, he thinks better of it. But he is going to tap Jack a little bit, I think. Possibly Ruminek pushing into him. There's definitely some contact. And Bad Luke is struggling. And as soon as he gets past Jack, Jack's going to see the ERS count and know he's free. But it's unfortunate for Jack that he can't catch up to Ennis. The guys ahead, Gary into the wall, and maybe, oh, that looked like bad contact between him and Crackshot, possibly a push. Not sure whose fault it was, but Gary into the pit lane, and that's not going to do his race any favours from the sprint or for the main race without the front wing. It was good to catch that on stream when I did. And yeah, wow, this DRS train from Jack all the way down. It's not a trolley train, because Jack is actually going quite fast. But everyone is going quite fast, which is, if anything, a really, really, really good thing to see. Battling this competitive. Jack using more of his ERS, possibly not aware that Bad Luke is lacking so much. As Barry Kruger's going to go for a dive on Dan Dale, who's going to make the move. Stick Barry in third gear, doesn't quite have the launch. He's going to lose the... Well, he's not going to lose the position, but he's not going to make the overtake stick for now. And we have another lap of racing. We're about to overtake this train, going from the first Ferrari all the way to the second Ferrari. Fascinating stuff. I'm going to see if I can invite Yinty Bout now. Whatever his username is, I actually don't know. I don't actually know what his username is. I'm just going to invite the group. I think that's fairer. Back on with the action. Oh. And Jack Bailey losing more time now, using more ERS. Bad Luke just under 10%. Yeah, using absolutely everything he has, but he's just not catching. And the cars behind, no, he's out of ERS. I mean, to be fair, everyone's out of ERS. Is there going to be an overtake in the back of the field? Lee Webb going around the outside of Kiziak. What a overtake. What an overtake. That is a fantastic piece of driving from Lee Webb to secure P9. Not going to score him any points yet, as if it's a sprint race. But that was really, really good going. A lovely, lovely overtake. And Sandford gets a lot of negative, negative feedback because it's a Monaco-esque track. It's hard to overtake. I disagree. I think turn 1, very easy to overtake. Turn 3, you can overtake. We've got a spinner, and no, not just a spinner. We've got a DNF. It's going to be Boyman, who's lost control of the car, and the safety car is out. Boyman using it at quite a peculiar position. Maybe clipping the curb. Let me see that crash one more time. I think he may have clipped the curb and then lost control of the car, or he's been hit. So unfortunate if he was to be hit. I believe it was Morgonius would have been the one to have hit him, unless he hit Kiziak. But it's so unfortunate nevertheless, and we're going to have a safety car, and is anyone coming into the pits? Jack, no. No, it doesn't look like anyone's pitting. Don't want to waste a set of softs at this stage of the race, and that does make sense. Mark Sunagel slowing down either for the delta or because he's trying to think what to do. Crack shot into the pit lane though, that makes perfect sense from him. In P13, he's not going to lose any positions. Gary already on a set of softs, but looks to be pitting again. I would pit onto the ultra mediums if I was him. They're still going to be fresher. And Francisco, where's Francisco going to be? 50 also on a set of mediums. Did anyone actually start on softs? I don't think they did. No, no one started. Everyone's on mediums. That's surprising, actually. But fair enough. Yeah, Gary into the pit lane. 50 stays out on the medium compound. And Gary onto it. Another set of softs. Kind of surprising that he's used 2 sets of softs in the same race, but he did just beat 50. Although he may be having to give the position back. I'm interested to see quite what's going on here. No, okay, he's going with it. He doesn't mind. And this safety car training is forming up, and this should help Jack. And Bad Luke, really, depending on how long Jack can stay in the DRS of NS4. Safety car should be coming in around about lap 9. Yeah, it's around about lap 9 for Bad Luke. And, well, everyone in general, obviously. So lap 9, you think lap 10, 11, 12. Only going to be DRS on the final lap. You can't really overtake in the second sector unless you're, you know, you're really good, really fast. Clearly have an overspeed advantage compared to your adversary. Adversary? You know, I should probably not say words I can't pronounce. I think that's probably quite an intelligent thing. Darius wins in Zandvoort in F5. Truschel goes P2 with Fabrizio P4. I would be amazed if the safety car doesn't come in today. Safety car in the slap. What did I say? Safety car in this lap. What did I say? Safety car in this lap. We're going to have 3 laps of racing action in Zandvoort to end off this sprint round. On board with Bad Luke. As always, Alex Wells, the leader of the pack, gets to dictate when this safety car is going to go, and I expect him to go quite short, as is the common trend of things. It's going to be exciting. Nevertheless, someone is going to get jumped, and someone is going to make an overtake. That's how these things usually happen. Alex weaving his tyres, no one else doing so he's going to have the best tyres temperature-wise. Well, an intelligent strategy by him. Yet to go. Slowing down a little bit. When is he going to go? It's going to be very late. All the way to the racing line, and here he go. Alex Wells with a fantastic start, and it's not quite seeing it happen. It looks like we're going to have a battle in the midfield, possibly. Oh, 3 wide, just about. We're all safe. Yeah, no crashes. So, there is a crash. There's 2 Ruminek out, and there's a Mercedes. And an Aston Martin of, I want to say maybe Mr. Bradshaw. Yeah, Mr. Bradshaw without the front wing. That could maybe be another virtual safety car unless we're still going racing. I'm not so sure. Mark Sunago all the way down in P15. Lost quite a bit of time. Dan Dow, crack shot. All without front wings. Gary is all good, but Mr. Golden Flame, yeah. Okay, that's a lot of front wings gone, quite similar to Spain last week. And Bad Luke somehow gets a jump on Jack Bailey, and all of that, we've got another yellow flag. Who is that for? It's Francisco Rocha. Off track this time. And absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. And that safety car restart. Bad Luke getting the move into P3. Alex Wells keeping his lead though. Ennis didn't get the best restart, but he's just about held on. Clearly Bad Luke saw something that no one else did. as Jack Bailey having to defend from Barry Kruger, the South African, now with dodgy internet, unfortunately. That will be noted if needed. Golden Flame, crack shot into the pits. Faxi staying out, however. This is a he thinks he's probably on the balance quicker over 2 laps without pitting than Crackshot and Gold Flame are while pitting. That's going to be quite an intelligent strategy call. I think that would be quite good for him. And someone's gone, and it's Jack Bailey. Oh no, Jack Bailey losing control of the car at a spot. I think the way he was off track, I think there may have been a tap there. In all honesty, that's not a normal place to go wide. Gary going for an opportunistic dive on 50, not quite working. Jack Bailey, I don't believe he has damage, but he's down from P4 rather, P8, but I think that could be a report. Any penalties applied, or any penalties from a sprint race incident are applied in the sprint race, just to clarify. So it's not going to help him in the main race, but Jack could report any possible incident if needed. And Morgonius, a big gainer here, going up 6 positions. Rominski in the chat, probably not best pleased with what he just saw, I'm going to expect. And Yenty Val, I clearly think isn't joining us. He's not joining, he's aired to me. Okay. Fair enough. And we don't want to see your fast lap, we want to see the interval. And Bad Luke is very close to Ennis, and with the DRS, maybe he can make something work. I doubt it. He's falling behind to Ennis, and Ennis is catching Alex. Alex not using quite as much ERS, so he'll be fine on the DRS. He will be fine. Any other potential battles? Kiziek really close to the rear of Barry Kruger, and he with DRS. He may go and send the move. Barry Kruger not using as much ERS as he probably should. Barry Kruger to the outside of turn 11. You don't really want to stick your car here. And Barry Kruger defends the position quite intelligently. I expect him to keep the position, but coming across the line. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Alex Wells. He's led every single second of this race, and he comes across the line P1 in the sprint race, followed by NS P2 and Bad Luke P3. We've got a spinner in the back of the field, and it's Mark Stanago, unfortunately, with Barry Kruger. Kiziek Morgonius. Lee Webb coming across the line. Jack Bailey finishes 8th with 58, and Gary just behind Jack Bailey, capturing the final point. No points for fastest lap in the sprint race, obviously. Bad Luke very happy with his overtake, apparently around the outside of turn 4. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it. And Francisco Rocha, Dandau coming across the line. Dandau's no front wing strategy did work off in the end. Mr. Golden Flame is going to get the fastest lap though. Again, it doesn't count. To come P14 with Crackshot P15. Rominski DNFing, but still qualifying 16th for that. Doro de Morgonius gained a lot of positions. Yep, Barry Kruger in the chat is apologising to Jack Bailey. Sorry mate, I either misjudged the braking or you braked early. So yeah, there was a collision. Now I thought that incident looked a little bit odd. Libanow. Yes, Libanow. Yeah, Adrian not too happy with Crackshot. I imagine that will be reported. Quite a few incidents seen in just the sprint race. So we're going to see even more incidents in the main race, unfortunately. As a steward, I don't want to see that. That's... no. A few people apologising for hitting Jack, where Jack seems to be a target today. I probably shouldn't be saying it. What's going on here? I don't know why I can't see anything. I'm very sorry, I would be giving you a rundown of what happened, but I can't. The main race getting underway. Alex Wells starting from pole position with Ennis just behind the two favourites to go on even further in this race. Waiting for players. The strategy is going to be medium to hard or hard to medium as usual, but 5 lights are out and away we go for Ero Ps F4, the main race in Sandford. Lots of people, lots of overtakes already. Ennis nearly makes contact with Alex Wells. Possibly goes into the side of Bad Luke, but all okay so far. There's too many people going too wide into turn 3. I'm not a fan of this. Kiziek going around the outside of Jack Bailey. Morgoni is not with the best start as Ferrari teammate seizing the position. No spinners as of yet, though a much cleaner restart than seen in the past. Mr. Golden Flame falling to the back of the grid, unfortunately. Mark getting overtaken from Boyman. Mark not the fastest so far this season. Is he going to make contact? No, not just about. We're going to get a flag. Get a flag up ahead, and it's anywhere up into the wall, reversing out on track now, and someone else going wide. Mark once more. Mark getting swamped by the rest of the field. 50 to wide. Oh my. 3 shot from crack shot. Sorry, reset from crack shot, so that will be reported. But yeah, that was some really bad driving there from 50. Someone going incredibly wide. Kiziek, that is, onto the dirt. I'm not sure what line he's taking, but clearly not not the optimal line as Mark and 50 find their way into the pit lane. I'd be surprised if Mr. Golden Flame doesn't also have damage, as Kiziek is going exceptionally slow now. I'm really not sure what's happened with him. He may have wing damage. This is not the best track to have wing. I mean, no track is good to have wing damage, but this track with loads of fast corners, the wing damage will really, really hurt. Possible batting down the field. No, not quite. It's Barry Crew making an overtake on Bad Luke into P3. The Ferrari is just behind, sniffing their opportunity. Jack Bailey making quite a good recovery from the side of the race. Oh, and Bad Luke doesn't have a front wing. Why does Bad Luke not have a front wing? I want to know that. That's going to be contact with someone at some point. Bad Luke opting to stay out as of, that's a bold decision. I expect him to be in the pit lane. But I don't know where he lost the front wing, unfortunately. Morgoni is stuck behind for now. Does he know? I expect he probably does. But is Bad Luke pitting? Yeah, he is. Sensible decision. But he will find himself at the back of the pack. So unfortunate. DRS now enabled. We're into lap 3. Lee Webb setting the fastest lap on 1:14.7 on the medium compound tyre. Oh, my controller's broken. What tyre is everyone on? Francisco Rocha on the softs. Ooh, okay. I like him. He's a bold man. And that's a bold move. That does surprise me. Just a little bit. Oh dear. 50 speeding into pit lane. I expect he'll be retiring from the session, which usually happens. It's been a bit of a disaster from him. Francisco Rocha defending from Dundao. Dundao now having Gary on his inside. What's going to happen into turn 11? Gary pulls out of the move. Kiziak just avoids making contact, but intelligent driving for now. And Ennis and Alex Wells keeping within a very, very close margin of each other. And Ennis 2.5 tenths behind. He's going to go for the move. Surely Alex defends the inside. Ennis goes even further. Is he going to make the overtake stick? Alex Wells with a wide line. He's going to get the better exit. They're still too wide into turn 3 and 4. Who's it going to be? Just about. Ennis not able to make the overtake. Alex Wells then, we've got to get a flag. It's Mr. Golden Flame retiring from the session. Is that going to bring out the first safety car of the evening? It is on track. I expect front wing across the track. But no safety car. Oh dear, I mean, it's a big crash, but fair enough, the game clearly doesn't find it deserving of one. So racing continues here. Alex Wells probably wants a safety car because he's, how do I say it, swamped by the cars behind, especially these medium runners who really, really are fast. Clearly quicker as of right now. I mean, it makes sense, they're on a softer compound of tyre. But they're really catching up. Ennis is going to go for another move. Alex Wells out of ERS already. But so is Ennis. Everyone using everything apart from the guys behind. Jack Bailey on 95%. This is a stroll in the park for him. As Ennis is going to go down the inside of Alex Wells. So is Barry Kruger asking for a crash there. But no, just about avoids. Ennis is into the lead of the race, however. Now, I said that like GLaDOS from... Oh, Barry Kruger making contact with Alex Wells. But Ennis is going to keep the position for now. What can Alex do about this? He's going to have to come back on the hard compounder tyres. Don't know why Ennis is going quicker, possibly lower tyre pressures now. And Adam Bradshaw is clearly quite annoyed. As most people are when they crash. I don't know if his DNF is because someone has Crackshot Gangs disconnected from the session once again. That's so unfortunate. And Jack Bailey sniffing an overtake on Barry Kruger, and he's going to get it done. Barry Kruger not fighting too much, maybe also because of the incident that happened in the race before, which is a commendable thing to happen here. But he's going to get the DRS back, and he's very close to the rear of Jack Bailey. And Alex Wells is falling away from Ennis, actually. Alex Wells and Ennis Ferry both practicing quite a lot. As Jack Bailey is going to go for an overtake on the inside of Alex Wells. Is he going to get make the overtake stick? Yes, he does. Alex Wells was trying to defend as much as he possibly could, but it's just not quite going to work. Yeah, for now, Alex Wells with the flashing ERS. Jack Bailey knows when he can smell blood, and here he can smell lots of blood, and it's really struggling here. These guys on the hard compound tyres have used way too much of their ERS. They've went hell to leather forgetting there is another race happening at the same time. These medium runners are feisty, and they will take the opportunity to come into the lead when they can. Francisco Rocha on the soft compound tyres, proving it's not really working for him, unfortunately, right now. And he's going to have to pit very early for the hard compounder tyres. Maybe an undercut could work. But at the end of this race, whatever tyres he's on will be flaming hot, to say the least. That's Jack Bailey. Oh, Barry Kruger overtaken by Alex Wells. Is Jack Bailey going to go for the move? No, he thinks better of it for now. Not even using the ERS. But important to note that look at that red fuel symbol. Jack Bailey has underfueled the car. You can save fuel in the Netherlands, but will Jack save enough to make it to the end of this race without having to let go? He's pushing with all of his might currently, and P1 does look inevitable at some point in this race, but will he keep it? There's a few people there. Barry Kruger. Oh, was it Barry Kruger? No, Alex Wells also. So we've got a spinner in the back of the field. It's Francisco Rocha. Those soft compound tyres are just not working. Possibly receiving a tap from Adrian Garecki, who is now into P6 after a bad qualifying and a bad sprint. And there's been a massive crash. Oh my god. Boyman, no front ring. Raminsky, an unsafe rejoin. Lee Webb also losing out in that crash with, losing a front left end plate. That is a really bad crash. We have another yellow flag. Who's that for now? Don't even know why that yellow flag's come out, but no, no, that's taking the shine away from Jack Bailey. I'm so sorry. Jack Bailey getting a takedown on Ennis Safari. We didn't get to see it because of the carnage happening behind. But Jack now into the lead of this race. Lee Webb speeding into the pit lane, possibly retiring from the session. Lots of damage. And lots of people annoyed. Ruminek also pitting. Anyone else going to pit? Mark, do you fancy pitting? No, not quite. Adam, keep your comments to the private chat. Come on. But yeah, Jack Bailey's now the lead of this race, using a little bit of his ERS. Ennis saving some. Alex falling away from the pack, but Ennis still only half a second away. He's not really out of it. And in the second stint, when he pits onto the medium compound, he will be faster than Jack. Obviously, that's how it works. They seem to have pretty decent pace here. Yeah, say it in the private chat. Don't say it on the YouTube stream. I understand that you're annoyed, but report it and people will hear. Ennis, he's not actually gaining on the straight, interestingly. Even with DRS, he only gained about a tenth there. So Jack maybe with a very low wing setup, which is doable, but the tyres are going to be very hot. So if he is going for a low wing setup, expect possibly a spin from him at some point. Francisco Rocha into the pit lane, also speeding. Is he going to retire from the session? No, I don't believe so. My instinct is when someone speeds into the pit lane, they've not just accidentally got it wrong, but they're just completely retiring. Dandao going for a move on crack shot. Kiziak, but it's not going to get the move done. Kiziak just about defending. Maybe it looks like these hards are coming back into life, to be honest. Mediums, they're not going to die in 8 laps, obviously. They can go at least half of the Grand Prix. Oh, we're only on lap 9. Oh, too much racing. No, this is going to take a long time to do. But Ennis still 6 tenths there, but he's going very, very wide. He's going to surely lose time from there, from that mistake. Yes, he does. He loses about a tenth and a half. Barry Kruger looking very feisty now to the inside, using a little bit of the ERS, and he secures the overtake even before the corner, going back onto the racing line, and now he is the one chasing Jack. Barry winning, or the winner of the first race in Bahrain and the second race in Japan. Not so great in Europe, crashing in Spain, but he can rectify that in Sand for, obviously, European. And yeah, he's very, very close. And also, South Africa, Netherlands, the link is, there's a link there. What am I saying? Hang on 1 second. I feel better. There's an overtake at the back of the pack. Lee Webb and Francisco Rocha going side by side, both on the hard compound sides. And who's going to make the move stick? It's going to be Lee Webb. But Rocha going for the outside. This contact. Lee Webb pushing Rocha a little bit wide. Rocha just about staying on the track, fighting with all of his might to stay there. But he's going to go for another overtake soon. Surely these three are so close to each other. Possibly with Lee Webb not getting to fix his front wing damage. I think he did. But Rocha and Boyman just going quite slow. Rocha loses the car quite weirdly, clipping the curb. And Boyman is now being released to go and overtake Lee Webb. Oh, I've missed him. Jack Bailey just about surviving this lap. Barry Kruger very close to the rear. But Jack not using the ERS that much. He's not pushing that much. Everyone else is pushing desperately. Aside from Morgonius in the lead pack, Morgonius and Jack maybe in a party. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think they are. They don't usually, at least. But they could be. as Jack Bailey has been overtaken now by Barry Kruger. Now, didn't feel inevitable, but Barry Kruger on his day, and his day does come quite a lot. Seems to be the fastest driver on track, and these hard compound tyres appear to now be settling in as Ruminek has a little bit of a spin, and the McLaren boys not having the best of races once again. There's also this middle pack that I haven't spoken about much of Gary, Kiziak and Dan Dow. Obviously, most of the people in that pack have spun off track. I mean, Baddick and Crackshot are miles behind, but most of them have had to pit. Pardon me. Pardon me. Yeah, I mean, everyone below P9 has had to actually pit already. Dandau so close to the back of Kiziak. Kiziak losing control of the car a little bit, maybe a tap. But Dandau is going to go for the overtake on the outside. You don't really want to be here for the overtake. Kiziak defends the inside. We've got a spinner in sector 1. It's from Cisco Rocha. Once again, those tyres flaming hot, clearly. Dandau not able to make the overtake stick. But he's going to have another shot of the DRS. There's another yellow flag as well for bad leak in the second sector. Dow going a little bit wide, but he's got all of the slipstream. And Kiziak into the pit lane on those medium compound tyres. The first man to pit to go onto the hards to the end of this race. He should come out just ahead of his teammate Bad Leak. So only losing a position here to pit as Crackshot Gang gets the fastest lap. It will count in this race, the point for fastest lap. They won 14 point something. It was a low 14. Another yellow flag for Francisco. I don't think that was that dangerous in all honesty. But Ruminek making the move stick. And Mark into the pits now, letting Boyman and Niwa pass. Boyman not able to make the overtake as of yet. Interesting to see. But the top of this field, so tightly spread. Jack, it looks like he's going to go for an overtake. Barry weaving just a little bit. Jack using the ERS to his advantage, and is Barry going to stick it on the inside? Yes, he is. He's not giving up without a fight. Going a little bit wide. Jack Bailey not able to make the overtake stick. Surprised by that. He was only 2 tenths behind, but maybe Barry has supreme wings. But yeah, I am quite surprised there. Jack was so close to making the overtake stick and just didn't appear to make any progress with, I want to say, Ayrton Senna inspired helmet, possibly. Not too sure. What's Morgonius' helmet? Oh, red and black. That is a lovely helmet. Morgonius wanted me to look at the helmets at the start of the season, so I'm going to do that. And Dan Dow wanted a helmet. Dan Dow's helmet, black and white, lovely stuff. What's going on in the back of the field? Lee Webb and Boyman battling it out. Boyman was ahead by the corner, but Lee Webb better actually in the braking zone. But these two are going too fair now. But Boyman just about gets it done on the medium compound of tyres. Lovely stuff there. Crackshot in a world of his own. Only 9 seconds behind Dan Dow though. But yeah, he's separated from the field quite early on. He has reset the track, so that will be a penalty. And we've got a retirement in the pit lane. It's Francisco Rocha, who's clearly just given up, and I don't necessarily blame him. He was lapped. But he would have had to pit again, and he was lapped. So yeah, no, not great. Barry Kruger keeping the lead of this race, but clearly not going that fast, as the field behind is about 3 seconds separating all 5 of them. Maybe not even that. It might be 2. Francisco Rocha chatting in the chat. I hope the audio is fine. Can you give me a comment if the stream sounds fine? That would be greatly appreciated, please. Rocha's saying he's way too bad. I'm so sorry, Rocha. Thank you, Rocha. You're not bad. You're spinning a little bit, but you're not bad. You're good. You've got this, man. It will take time, but you were second in F5 for a reason. And the fastest driver in F5 got promoted. Same in Morgonia. So you belong to be here. It's only a couple of spins each race. That's fine. as Jack Bailey still not able to get the DRS on him. Looked like he was going for a fake pit there as well, just to throw him or go. Sorry, throw Barry Kruger off just a little bit. Gary BGC into the pit lane. Gets overtaken by a crack shot, but more importantly, is Kvyat going to overtake him as we've got Mark going wide onto the curb. He's unfortunately in the gravel now. It's not been great from him. That's a shame from Mark. He's never really got this race. Never got going for him. Oh, sorry, Francisco. I can't read the rest of the comment after. Also, all right, study row. Oh, Gary into the wall, front. Oh, that's a wheel gone, and that's going to be a safety car. Surely that was a massive crash, and yes, safety car is out. And you'd expect absolutely everyone to be pitting here. Kvyat, so unfortunate for him after pitting only a few laps to go. He's not going to reap the benefits. Morgonius may lose time to Dandau here. Actually, no, Dandau has to be behind there. But Dandau, catching up actually, so that's interesting. Unless Morgonius is slowing down to allow for Jack Bailey to pit, but he's going to have to slow down a little bit more than that. Dandau into the pit lane. Ennis speeding into the pit lane. Dandau, that will be removed, I imagine. Unless that means the pit lane was illegal. Ennis, maybe there was contact that pushed him. I'm not entirely sure. As Crackshot Gang also gets a 3-second penalty coming into the pit lane. Again, will be removed if you have your race director. That's important to remember. And somehow Alex Wells jumped by Marconi. So Alex is okay. All right. I think what's happened there is Ennis has been pushed into the pit lane, and then Alex has pushed him and got front wing damage, which is why Morgonius is now into P4. But everyone on the other tyre, Ennis and Alex on the mediums. So is Dandau as well. Don't count Dandau out. Rear wing. Oh dear. Don't bash it. I know you're going to say something. Don't say anything. But that's bad. So yep. If rear wing damage means that 5-second penalty will be removable if it's not served at the end of this race. But yeah, that's really unfortunate. Francisco Rocha leaving the session. Yeah, and Alex Wells, I imagine, will be at the end of a report for that action. Just getting a little bit wrong. Possibly Morgonius. Morgonius wasn't close enough. But it could be Morgonius pushing Alex into Ennis. Ennis with the rear wing. We don't know how bad it's going to be, but it will upset him just a little bit. So Barry Kruger, you'd have to say, is probably the favourite to win this race. Jack Bailey, for all of the era saving he did do, it doesn't mean anything now because everyone gets to go back to 100%, which is, it's not, I think you should always approach every race as if a safety car won't happen, and that will, always help you the most because a safety car probably won't happen. However, that is one of the negatives. There's Ennis going a little bit too slowly. Is he coming into the pit lane to retire the car? No, he isn't. Is anyone coming into the pits? I don't believe so. No. Boyman is going to be able to catch up, so is Ruminek and Mark, but Fichtio is in the middle of the train. And we know what happens when Fichtio is in the middle of a train and is lapped. We know what happens there. That Rocha, you retired the car because you felt dangerous. I've done that once before because we were in Baku on the last game in SBR, and I was battling a car in front of me, and I braked, and I was miles away from the car, and he went flying off into the escape road, and I was really confused. Then found out what I didn't know was there was another car I was battling that I didn't get to see, and I thought that car was 10 seconds down the road. Nope, it was right with us, and it was desync. And I retired the car because I thought clearly I can't race under those conditions. Barry Kruger so nearly losing the car there. I don't know, sounds a little bit too much. The safety car. I hope the safety car doesn't come in this lap. Just give me a. I just want to breathe her. I want to breathe. I want to breathe. But Barracuda ready to get the racing started. Alex went very late. Barry is going to go very early, and no one's expected that. Most importantly, Morgonia seems to be the slowest guy coming off of that safety car restart in the front of the pack, but using the ERS to defend from the cars behind. And how much is Ennis's rear wing damage going to affect him as a 50O, I believe, is in the pits? Is it 50O? Oh, 50O lets everyone through. Oh, beautiful. 50O, you're a legend. Ennis right on the back of Jack Bailey, so I don't think the rear wing damage is hurting him too much. Or we're going to see in this section of corner. So there's been a little bit of a tap, I think, but Jack keeps it on track. Morgonius so close behind, and Dan Dow as well, joining this train. That warning was not valid for entering the pit lane. So there's a child going for a dive on Alex Wells. Alex Wells leaves the space. Dan Dow can't quite make the move stick. So Dan Dow can have his 3-second time penalty removed. So can Crackshot, providing they don't speed or cut the track anymore, which obviously no guarantee, as Alex Wells gets the overtake done on Morgonius, using a lot of that ERS here. The Morgonius already on 40%, he's used even more. He's gone wide, lost control of the car bit on the curve. Dan Dow's going to get the move stick, and now Kiziak and Crackshot just behind. Can they use their momentum to make the move? Probably not if they're going to battle each other. As Jack Bailey succumbs to P3, and it's getting the overtake done, and that rear wing damage clearly isn't hurting him that much. Got a little Alpine going wide. Kiziak giving Badlik and Crackshot the position. Crackshot going so wide though, Badlik's going to sneak up the inside. There's contact. Oh, I don't think there was contact. But Crackshot keeps P8, but on 8% tyre. 8% ERS, oh dear. He's used absolutely all of his resources. Barry Kruger using the opposite. None of his resources at 99% ERS compared to Ennis's 50. Ennis will have to save here. As Kiziak falling down the order, he may have wing damage once again. Yes, he does. The front left wing end plate, I'm not entirely sure why, but that's going to hurt him quite a lot. Clearly a lot slower than he once was, and maybe another safety car needed for him to score any points in this race, defending from Rumenek. Yeah, no, not great. Barry Kruger using the ERS now. Ennis is so close to him. It's only 2 tenths behind. Ennis to the outside of the track. DRS not enabled. But Barry with those low wings and the ERS usage is going to stay ahead of Ennis for now. And we've got Dan Dow looking for an overtake on Jack Bailey, being overtaken by Alex Wells. The lap before, can Dan Dow make the overtake stick? He's going to get a good exit out of turn 4. What turn 4? I don't know, there's so many turns. So many turns aren't actually turns around this track, they're just little kinks. I have no idea. But Dan Dow's not going to make the overtake stick. Dan Dow's not going to make the overtake now. And this, Dan Dow not able to overtake Jack Bailey. Jack putting up a very good fight, but he's running out of road. He's not. He's getting more road, but he's running out of DRS because the DRS is gone, and Dan Dow using it to his advantage. He's going to go to the inside or the outside. The inside is a better place to overtake. Alex Wells making the overtake on Ennis Safari up ahead. Alex Wells into P2, but with the collision, nothing is confirmed. Barry Kruger keeping P1 as of now, though, with letting the medium runners battle. Barry in a good position to get his third win of the season, although risking a promotion to F3 in the process. Rumenek 1:14 flat. So Rumenek setting the fastest lap, getting the overtake down on Mark Sanagel here. Kiziak is staying out, not going to fix the front wing. Oh, going very wide. Not going to fix the front wing until I imagine another safety car comes, which is intelligent enough, not wasting tyres that don't need to be wasted yet. Although I suspect the next time a safety car comes out, there'll be a lot of people on the softs. Because of the sprint race, most of these drivers do not have a second set of mediums to use, so they'll have to be onto the soft or stay out. I mean, that's also feasible. Ennis just about staying in DRS range, but Alex is pushing pushing so hard. He can only go as fast as Barry is, though, around this section of corners. But coming out of the penultimate corner with a good exit and a DRS, using all of his ERS, you'd expect him to make the overtake, but he's not. Barry is gaining. Barry has went for a low wing setup, clearly, a meme setup, and it is working. Alex can't make the overtake stick unless he goes for something audacious. And is this going to be the corner to do it? No, not quite. We're going to yell flag in the first sector, and it's for Lee Webb losing control of the car. Just about getting back up to speed ahead of Mark Sinagle. We got another. Is Kiziak out of the race? Is that going to be the second safety car of the evening? Yes, it is. Kiziak without the front wing just couldn't keep up. We've got a second safety car, and is anyone going to pit? I'm not so sure, but this is good for Alex and Ennis. They want to stay close to each other. Oh, hang on. The slower they go, the less tyre wear they use. Barry doesn't want that to happen. Barry obviously needs the mediums to wear up as soon as possible. But that's not going to be the case just yet. So interesting stuff. As Jack Bailey is disconnected from the session. Okay, let's yeah, okay. Hopefully that works. We want Jack in the session, obviously. Is Morgonius Alonso as Rimanek and I want to say, oh, bad Luke Rimanek and Lee Webb into the pit lane. And Fifcio, unfortunately, can't. If everyone had pitted, he would have been able to overtake under safety car, but they didn't. Who's staying out Lee Webb, serving a 5-second penalty. Rimanek and Rimanek pitting onto 7-lap old mediums. I guess because of the sprint, maybe he forgot about that. Lee Webb onto the soft compounder tyres. Jack Bailey back in the session. Good to see. Hopefully Crackshot doesn't disconnect again. Why is Morgonius Alonso in disguise? I don't understand that comment. I need it explained. Explain it to me. Defending like a liar. Ah, okay. Okay. Ero Crackshot. I like how everything is Ero for you, apart from your actual PSN. Everything is Ero. Make a new account, as everyone else does. Use the second account, but you keep the PSN on it, or the PS Plus on it. It's an Ero Crackshot. I've got nothing to commentate right now. Oh, going a little bit slowly there. Jack Bailey having to make evasive action. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's a Mercedes and Ferrari next to each other twice. I don't actually know who did that. I think that was Standal going slowly and Morgonius having to avoid. It's weird because it's going to provisionally look like the Ferraris have done really well. But then when these two penalties get removed, providing Dandau hasn't got up another warning. Penalty plus 4 warnings. Okay, so you see penalty plus 4 warnings tells me that that's definitely not to be taken seriously. Bashi, you explain it to Crackshot, because I don't quite know how to do it either. If I make a new account and make it a primary account. No, if it's a secondary account, but your primary account has PS Plus. I think it works that way. Because it's still when you PS Plus for the system. I think. Okay, let's look at the incidents, especially when it comes to pitting. Crack shot, exceeded, exceeded, exceeded. Dandao. They're definitely not going to get. Oh my god, exceeded, exceeded, exceeded. Yeah, yeah. Clearly not fair. Clearly not fair. And the safety car is coming in this lap. I'm stuck. Let me out. What the fuck? Pardon me. Pardon my. I'm stuck. Uh. Why am I? How is this a glitch? Oh, this happened in Cone Racing League as well. Okay, well, we're going to have to get underway. It looks like Barry Kruger's doing quite quickly. Alex Wells defending perfectly, but Dandau going for an overtake on Jack Bainey. Is he going to make the move stick? It's a short dive. Oh, and yeah, he's going to get the move stick on Jack Bainey. The Mercedes up into P3, P4. This is inventive, isn't it? The Ferrari's losing a little bit of ground. Let's still. Wow, everything's getting really confused now. Do you understand how this has happened? What is going on here? Should I just leave? uh, okay, I'm gonna. Oh, I have to quit the game and kill the stream. No, damn it. The Mercedes possibly going for a little bit of. And there's a crack shot up into P5. It's overtaken both Ferraris. If they can get away from the hard compound runners, they may not. They may provisionally still be there. I'm going to have to leave the session. I'm so sorry. The stream will be back up in a second. There is not much I can do here. I'm so sorry.